Hello everyone, I'm Ludwig, and in this video you're going to learn how to show an animated GIF in an Android app, and all of that without any external library. Now you might ask, why not use an external library to make our lives easier? And my counter question here is, why introduce a dependency when there is an easy Android way of doing it? Further, I have worked in projects where there was strict open source compliance, and when we use an Android component we don't have to worry about that. But there is a caveat to this solution. We need to use Android API level 28 or above. If you want to see a similar solution for API levels below 28, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's set up a project using Android Studio's project wizard. We click New Project, and then we use this empty activity template. So here we can name our application, we will call it GIF app, and we have to specify the minimum SDK level. And as mentioned earlier, this has to be 28 so that we can use the approach I'm going to show you. And now we can click Finish and Android Studio will create a project for us. Okay, so this is the app that Android Studio created for us. We have the main activity and the XML code of the main activity. And to show our GIF, we will put it in the drawable folder here. Now from the intro, you know the GIF we're going to display. It's the bug droid, the Android mascot, waving some Kotlin flags. And we will put it into the drawables folder of the resources. So let's do that. And now we have our GIF in here. Inside of Android Studio, the GIF animation somehow doesn't work, but it will work later on in our app. In our main activity here, we now want to load the GIF. And for that, we will use the image decoder. First, we create a source, and we pass in the resources and the resource ID. Let's add some line breaks to make it a little bit easier to read. Now next up, we want to decode the source into a drawable. Now we have the source as a drawable, and we can put it into an image view. So let's go into our XML code and add an image view here. We already have this text view, which we can reuse and just make an image view out of it. We can remove this text, and we will add an ID so that we can access it from our main activity. Okay, so let's switch back to our main activity and put the drawable inside the image view. Now here we will use findViewById to get our image view. Now we want to set the drawable of the image view. Now to trigger our animation, we have to cast our drawable to an animated image drawable, which we can then start. We will do this with a save cast. So we open up parentheses, put in drawable as with a question mark, and then animated image drawable. Now this will just return null if the drawable cannot be casted to animated image drawable. Now since this returns a nullable, we have to use a save call. And then just start the animation. Now we also have an error here, and this is because Android Studio tells us that we should do this decoding of the image inside of a worker thread in order to not block the UI thread. But it will still work like this, and we will refactor it later on. Let's just have a look at our result. So let's run our app. And here you can see the result on the emulator. We have the bug droid waving the Kotlin flags. Now let's refactor our code so that we don't get this warning here anymore. To achieve that, we will create a new thread and run the code that we have here inside this thread. We just have to be careful because this image view related code has to be put on the UI thread again. So let's start by creating a new thread with the constructor of it. Now, since the constructor of the thread only receives a single runnable, we can just use a lambda expression for it. And in here, we will just put this code. Now, as I mentioned before, code manipulating the UI has to be put into the UI thread again. So for image view, we can just use the post function. So let's put this inside, image view dot, and then set image drawable, and also the triggering of the animation. That's it. Now we have created a separate thread where we load the drawable, and then we use the main thread to put the drawable inside the image view and to trigger the animation. Of course, we also have to start the execution of our thread. Now let's run the app again and see if everything still works as expected. And as you can see here, we still have the bug droid waving the Kotlin flags. And yeah, that's it. That's how you can show a GIF in an Android app. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another one. Bye.